In this video, I'm gonna talk about Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Have you ever wanted to be an anime character? Look no further than this, because this is the game where you are the ultimate badass, everyone loves you, and you would absolutely get the girl if there was one up for grabs. You are an unstoppable force of nature, adored and cherished by all others, and anyone who hates you is obviously a bad guy who will meet his demise in a ball of flame sooner than later. Until this happens, you can get acquainted with the main story, where the world is at peace until bullshit happens. You run off to the source of the bullshit, only to realize that there is even more bullshit hidden beneath, so of course, with you being the hunk of a man that you are, you power through the bullshit until it has de-bullshitized itself enough that you can finally see the true enemy. It looks simple on the surface, but the angel is in the details. We all know that you eventually win and earn your credits roll, this is a foregone conclusion, but the manner in which you do so is not known until the characters around you come up with a plan to deal with the puzzle of the week. If it requires any sort of logical thinking, the side characters take care of it for you. If the solution involves blowing something up, then the side characters tell you to work your magic and then fuck off to horseplay with the enemy. Your legendary status is kind of a curse in disguise, because everyone expects you to blow everything up, and then everyone is surprised at you actually following through with blowing everything up. Gameplay oblige, your companions will pretend to have a fight with the enemy, just so that you, as the human player, get to have an entire shooting gallery at your disposal with a minimal risk of random bad luck ruining your day. That sounds like a tall order, but not to worry, your aircraft is fitted with literally 100 missiles. I am not even kidding. Hardpoints mean absolutely nothing in this game. You can shit out more missiles than the entire Macross anime put together per mission, and that is before even getting into the subject of the special weapons. Every aircraft comes equipped with a 100-pack of all-purpose homing missiles and a machine gun or two as the standard equipment. Your other weapon can be a choice of special missiles, guided bombs, unguided bombs, rockets, and even a laser cannon on some aircraft models. Needless to say, you also carry enough ammo for these special weapons to be a one-man World War II air raid. When it comes to aircraft, you get to choose from roughly 24 birds, with most of them being unlocked using the points you score at the end of each mission. There is no way to unlock everything in your first run on normal difficulty, but you can beeline for the ultimate ride with points to spare and actually put it to use on the last few missions. You might be led into thinking that the ultimate ride is objectively better than everything else, but the stat bars are full of lies. The MiG-21 can turn on a dime, and yet everything about it says that it is a brick with a pair of wings and that it handles like Billy the Fridge. In practice, you will not choose your ride based on the raw statistics, but rather on the special weapon that you want to bring with you. You will be happy to know that the missions do not spring shitty surprises on you, so you can choose your loadout with confidence, and the game will even tell you in advance if a switcheroo is going to happen. The only unknown that you have to deal with is whether you can ignore your objectives for a while so that you can score attack against secondary enemies, or if you need to absolutely, positively kill your target right the hell now. Since you can replay completed missions at will, I recommend that you simply follow your objectives and then make a second run once you know how much dilly-dallying you can get away with. Controls involve a machine gun button, missile button, weapon select button, target select button, and anti-missile flares. I will just come out and say it. You release your flares by pushing both of your analog sticks at the same time. You are welcome. You also have the choice between Star Fox controls or realistic controls, and the latter is definitely reserved for people who own a joystick. If you intend on using a controller, you will have a much easier time with the Star Fox controls. Whether or not you can gain an edge on your opposition with a joystick and the realistic controls is debatable, and I encourage all who wish to entertain that debate to go play League of Legends instead, since I know full well the discussion will be staffed by the sort of people who turn omelette cooking into a ranked competitive experience. There is a multiplayer aspect to this game, and I refuse to touch it with any physical, mental, or astral object whatsoever. I have played flying games in multiplayer before, and I know that they always devolve into everyone turning in circles until somebody gets tired, or some douchebag shows up with the one overpowered fuck you weapon that is hated by the entire player base, but will never get nerfed by the developers. Fortunately for everyone, multiplayer is completely optional, and it uses a different upgrade tree than single player. That said, most of the upgrades in single player are subsequently available in multiplayer, so you will want to complete the main storyline before you go and shoot other human beings in the face. Getting through the campaign is something that will keep you busy for roughly 13 hours, plus 2 more if you have the DLC missions. Among them, count half an hour for the first 2 missions, and then at least an hour and a half to deal with the last mission's absolute steaming bullshit of a boss fight. Let me help you right away on this one. Do not bother softening up the big guy. You are told to shoot one thing and one thing only, and as God is your witness, you better damn shoot the fucking thing already. It really is too bad, because the culmination of the campaign, in my arrogant opinion, is the fight against the Flying Wing. That thing is 1 kilometer wide. It is the closest I have ever gotten to the equivalent of huge segmented bosses in vertical shoot-em-ups, where you destroy guns and components before you go for the kill. I want more of these. I want to come up against a gigantic flying machine and take it apart one piece after another. At the very least, a great portion of the campaign missions have you blow up minor targets and buildings and other mostly harmless devices, so it is not like the feel-good chemical station attendants are all packed up into just one climax level. You will have plenty of opportunities to drop your bombs onto unsuspecting poor bastards, and even on a few enemy aircraft before they have a chance to take off. I am physically incapable of saying that my experience was bad. At the same time, I am physically incapable of saying that my experience had me attain fulfillment. I have landed in this in-between limbo where I am the proverbial man who just ate his box of fun and now sits at his table with a sense of newfound emptiness. I find myself craving something bigger, something more ridiculous, something even more epic, until the franchise has forgotten its own name in becoming an over-the-top caricature of its former self. I am fully aware that this is a highway to hell, but I will be damned if I am not oh so attracted by this irresistible call for even greater exaggeration to the point of depravity.
Your hypothesis is trash.
In short, this game is cocaine.